What's going on, Airsofters? It's True, and this is actually our first review that we're going to be doing on our channel. And what we're going to be reviewing today, airsoft grenades. What's going on, Airsofters? And we started that again. I don't know why I'm doing it again. Anyways, I have two of my personal favorite airsoft grenades in front of me right now. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the Tornado. It's actually a grenade. Well, actually, yeah. It comes in a wide variety of colors. I happen to get the zombie green because it stands out, and I know it's going to be mine if I happen to pick it up off the ground. This is actually made by Airsoft Innovations, and they actually make a very, very great quality product. Even though it does look a little bit scuffed because I did use it over the weekend, I don't care about the scratches or the scuffs. As long as it still works, I'm good. The cool thing about this one, though, it actually holds 200 total of BBs inside. So when you try to clear out a room and you can't get in, you have to get to your objective, throw this guy in there. And they'll be able to call their hits and they'll walk out and go back to respawn. But the key thing is, though, because this guy is actually a little bit pricey, I picked it up off of Evic's website for 75 bucks plus SNH. The $700, like I said, is a little bit pricey, so you want to make sure you want to get it back as soon as possible. Now, the way how it works, though, there are several pieces inside that you need to reassemble every time you use it. Okay, so the way how it works, you have your pin right over here, and we're actually going to squeeze the pin and pull it out just like that. Okay, now you're probably thinking, hey, it's going to blow up in your hand. You got to let it go, drop it, do something. I don't know. No, not gonna happen. It's not gonna, see, look, hello, hi, hello. It's not gonna blow up my hand because you know why? It detonates on impact. Yes, impact. So if you happen to pull the pin and get shot and have to call your hit, hey, guess what? You can just put it back in your pouch, go back to respawn, and then do it again. Because the cool thing about this guy, even though you pull the pin out, it's still gonna detonate as soon as you drop it. Alright, now there are basically 200 BBs that can go in here on each side, so you want to use a speed loader to actually load it up. It is recommended to use 0.20 gram BBs. You never want to use 0.12 because they're very lightweight, and obviously we can't really use that on any type of airsoft gun. Not recommended. Basically, what will happen, though, once you pull that pin, there you go. That's what's going to happen. It's going to explode just like that. Okay, now the next grenade we're going to be talking about is my first airsoft grenade that I ever purchased, a Thunder Bee. Now, Thunder Bees are actually a lot more inexpensive than the Tornado, but depending on certain airsoft fields, they may not count as a kill. Their only intent used to be like a flashbang to disorient the opponent. But there are some airsoft fields that do count it, so make sure you touch base with your ref and ask him, hey, does Thunder Bee count as a kill? They'll let you know. But the way how this works is, though, it actually consists of a thing called a core, which is right up top, and a Thunder Bee shell. Now, the disposable part about the Thunder Bee is the shell, because the way how it works, it actually uses a 12 gram CO2 cartridge. Now, this can be picked up almost anywhere, any sporting goods store, Walmart, Evic's website, Toto Airsoft, those places you can pick up 12 gram cartridges. Now, each Thunder Bee, or each core and shell, would require one Thunder Bee. So if you have 12 shells, it'll require 12 of these guys. So make sure you always have them handy. On my behalf, when I go to an airsoft field, I bring 2 shells and I bring 3 cartridges just in case if one happens to go kaput. But you never know, you know. So the way how it works, though, we're actually going to unscrew this guy because this is the disposable part of the Thunder Bee. Now, the way how this guy works is that basically the CO2 that's inside the core, this guy is basically going to puncture as soon as you pull the pin and let the firing spoon go. Now, what will happen is that the CO2 will fill up the shell, and eventually it'll make a loud bang. Not just a loud bang, a loud bang. It's very loud, and especially if you use it in a closed room, you might deafen the other opponent. So be careful on how you use it. On what I usually do, I make sure at least if the room is sealed up, I have at least a few more doors or windows that are available, so that way they can either run, and that way I can clear out that room. Now, going back into the core, because the core is the most important one, you want to make sure after you use your Thunderbee is to go run after it and toss in your dump pouch again. Again, these guys cost money. Same thing with your Tornado, which is down there on the ground. But you want to make sure you pick them up right away and toss your dump pouch, because these guys can walk away. And they're not exactly cheap. So this guy I actually picked up at Toto Airsoft in Toto, New Jersey, and I paid about 40 bucks for it, which is actually not bad, and it came with a pack of 12 shells and 1 core. Now each core can actually be used up to 20 shells, which is not bad. You also do, inside the packaging, you do also get another safety pin, just in case you happen to lose one. Really cool, cool of it to actually do that. And this is actually made by Vulcan Tactical. Vulcan Tactical. So let's toss in the CO2 cartridge in here, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to open up this guy and take out the base part of the core and toss in our cartridge. Now, simple as that, just toss it in there and make sure it's screwed on tightly. Alright? Now, when you're ready to go, you want to make sure you get a fresh new shell that has no holes on it at all, and drop in your core and seal it up tightly. Now, I actually have the barbell or dumbbell style flashbang, which I find a little bit easier to tighten instead of a flat one, because I can offer a very good grip on it. Now, the tricky part of this guy, you want to make sure that it's very closed tightly, because if it is not closed tightly, it'll leak and CO2 will escape and causing a delay in the bang part of it. So we're actually going to tighten this up as much as we can. So good. It is ready to go and ready to fire. Now, the way how this guy is going to work, in order for you to pull the pin out, you need to hold down the firing spoon. Now, if you don't hold the firing spoon, see, not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. Not going to come up. So you have to hold down the firing spoon, pull the pin out, ready to go. Now it is armed. So all you have to do is chuck it, and the firing spoon will actually open up and puncture the CO2 cartridge, will cause a big bang. So let's put this guy back, because you know we're indoors and it's gonna be very loud, and I'm in a sealed room right now, very sealed room. So let's put this guy back real quick. Give me a second, sorry. Oh, shh.